Yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome back to our live stream here on Twitch. I'm your humble host, Phantom Freak, aka Moistmaster Flex. Back once again with Thick Behavior. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I sure did. I was in Vancouver with Rhiannon. Rhiannon's actually still there. Visiting her mom, but we played a little show on Friday. It's kind of like divey bar place in Squamish, which is just like a little bit north of Vancouver. And yeah, we got to spend some time with Rhiannon's mom and her sister and nephew. Yeah, it was a good time. Super sick. But yes, we are back here at our live stream. Yeah, just super chill. Back in it with the Thick Behavior. Yeah, here's our tunes that we got released recently. Won't Leave You from Tones and Miha Bella. We got Roll It for myself and Broshi on Gold Digger. We got Thick Freak Friends, our anniversary compilation, which came out in June. Flow from Say Less and Jack Light. Shadow Work. Our summer compilation. Run It Back from myself and Tones on Gold Digger. Lock Off, we just came out about a week and a half ago. Yeah, from myself and Broshi. Nice thick 140 tune. And then we have a new release coming out this Friday. A bunch of fresh new artists to the label. Yeah, please go pre-save that. That will be out this Friday. 7 new artists to the label. Yeah, dude, welcome. Listen to all types of tunes here, and I try to give my best feedback on them. Got some shows lined up coming through. The next one is a little festival in Canada, August 13th. The weekend after that, I'll be in Reno with Rhiannon Rose. Actually, me and Rhiannon are playing both of those. Bring Your Love and Cypress Reno. We got our after hours. This is not technically announced yet, but you're on that flyer there, .zip. You can kind of see your name there. Right at the top. I'll send you the flyer. This is actually an old flyer. I gotta get it updated because the date is like super small. I don't think you can even see the date just by glancing at it. So I requested that the date be made much bigger. But yeah, I'll send you an updated flyer once I got it. And then this was just announced today. Our last show in Denver got postponed, and now we have a new date, September 5th. We're going to be in Denver. So yeah, lots of cool activities coming up. And of course, we have our sponsor, Eargasm Earplugs. If you guys need earplugs for shows, go to eargasm.com. Use code Phantom10 for 10% off. Okay, let's dive in here in it. Yeah, for those of you guys who haven't been here before, the way I take these tunes are first come, first serve as I receive them on the Google form. I'm gonna drop the chat here. And yeah, first come, first serve. You're welcome to skip the line if you need to. Just use your channel points or send money to the bottom left over here. Oh, excuse me. Bottom left over here. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. The amount is up to you. You don't have to send a ton of money. I don't need you to break the bank. Jeez. I just had a brain fart there. And yeah, all genres are accepted. Yeah, that's about it. And you must be present in the chat in order to get your song reviewed. So I'm going to go ahead and list out the queue. If you guys are here, I will go ahead and go with your tune. First up, we got Alexander. Second, we have Crossfades. Then third, .zip. Fourth, the first listener, Stratos. Chris Michael, I believe, because he always sends Dropbox. Leonard Ellis, Mikey the Kid, Baselack, and Nash Edie. So with that, do we have Alexander in the chat? Alexander in the chat. Going once. Going twice. Okay, no Alexander. Do we have the man's Crossfades in the chat? Crossfades going once, going twice. Okay, no crossfades. Do we got .zip in the? Oh, there he is. Just kidding. I almost skipped you, man. Okay, we got crossfades up and then .zip after that. Let's do it. Nice one. Yeah, dude, super sick. Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't even read the actual song title before I started playing it. And in the middle of writing my notes, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. It sounds retro." And I looked up and I was like, "Duh." Anyways, I just had to make myself laugh there. Yeah, super dope. I really do. I like Dot Zip said. I really do like a lot of the synth work here. It definitely lends itself to that kind of retro, almost 80s sort of vibe, sort of feel. But it definitely has like a more modern production to it, which is cool. It has like a little bit of nostalgia mixed with like modern production, which is cool. Very nice sound design, really spacey, nice groove, feels almost 80s esque. Retro is a fitting title. Really nice vocal. You did a good job of introducing that vocal too in the beginning intro section. I think that was really well done. Um, um, really nice low end, very nice hats. I like the nice little shuffle you got going on with the hats. It also feels very appropriate to the name and the genre. Yeah, vaporwave is definitely what I'm getting, like the sort of vibe I'm getting too. Dot Zip will be next. Nashidi, you're like number fourth in line, I think. No, actually, no, you're number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're number 9. Nashidi. But yeah, very dope hats. Really nice ear candy and vocal effects. I think you have like you do add these like little um automations, little subtle like flares to the vocals. So nice little like delays. Sound really like robotic and stuff, which kind of lends itself to the genre again. Nice variations in solid arrangement, nice synth layers. Um, yeah, so the only piece of feedback that I have is that this 8 bar section right here at the tail end of this, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see it? Well, it's this section right here. I think it's highlighting it. So this section right here, it does feel a little bit empty here. Um, so my suggestion is I would probably bring the full vocal phrase back in that section or do something else to kind of add some interest there. Otherwise, this section here is kind of irrelevant. I would either add the full vocal phrase, add some other sort of layer, or just some sort of interest element, or just completely remove this because I don't think it's really necessary to the track. It's not really doing a whole lot because you already have like an outro mixed out section here. So yeah, just I would again either add some stuff, some perks, maybe a full vocal phrase, just something to kind of give us um, a little something to kind of finish this track out. Or again, like I said, you could just chop this chop this portion out and it'll be fine. It'll still be a functional and pretty long track. Right now it's at 4:25. You know you'll probably still stay at 4 minutes, and this would still be considered like a extended mix. But yeah, that's really all I have for you. I think everything else here sounds fantastic. Very good mix wise, sound selection, sound design, ear candy, vocal processing, all that good stuff. Good job, Crossfades. Hell yeah. Do we got the man's dot zip? I believe we do. Okay. Let's give this one a listen.
Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know, baby, you're the
Sorry, I was in the middle of typing while it was still going. Yeah, super dope. Really digging the vibe. I mean, obviously, this is like a resung version of Lana Del Rey, but I think it's really well done. The girl you have singing this is really does a good job on the delivery. Also, like really great on the a lot of the layers and the harmonies and all the extra parts. I think it's really well done. Um, yeah, it's a slight variation on the original melody, but it's cool. I really dig it. Very nice drums overall. Has a nice groove and vibe to it. Vocals really well done. I like that it's resung. Um, Really great job on the layers and harmonies. Nice build up. There's some nice energy and tension in there. Nice drop. Love the groove. I put the vocal is a touch dry though. Especially in the break sections. I would probably even wash it out a little bit more. Just so that it feels a little bit more open and spacey. Um, Really nice variations and changes in the drop. Um, I think what I put here in my notes is, I think initially at the start of this first drop, it does feel a tad bit empty, but I guess it's not a bad thing because obviously you're adding and adding and adding more layers as you go, which is great. I think basically what I put here was like I was actually hoping for more layers and you started throwing them in, which is nice. I think that was actually really well done. Um,
Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know, baby.
Yeah, I think initially you basically just have like the bare minimum, like the bare bones, and I think that's fine. I think that's actually well done because you start adding more and more and more to it as we're kind of ratcheting up things throughout the drop. Um, yeah. Yeah, I would probably just add a little bit more reverb to the vocal. What kind of music do I make? Kind of the stuff like kind of similar to what Dotsip makes. Probably a little bit more darker and bassier, which actually leads into my next point. I think the sub can probably be boosted a little bit more on this. Yeah, no, I think that's actually a good choice because I think once you add in too much stuff, it starts to get a little bit busy. So having the harmonies in there definitely kind of helps fill up the space a little bit more, which is yeah, again, well done. But yeah, just add a little bit more maybe reverb on the vocal. Um, yeah, overall very nice variations. Yeah, definitely more sub. Nice variations in the drop. It has a nice flow to it. Um, Really nice, solid arrangement going on here. I love the pads and chords in the second break. They're fantastic. I put here, second drop probably needs a little bit something different. Maybe a sound design change or a melody change. You could probably just stick with the same sounds. But I think because your vocals kind of locked in on this melody, I probably wouldn't go with a melody change on the bass line so much. I would probably just do a minor sound design change. Whether that's like switching out the patch for like a kind of like similar parallel sounding Reese. Something just similar enough but also different enough so that it adds some nice variation. Or you can even just like swap out one of the wave tables on your synth, and that would kind of basically achieve the same thing. But yeah, I would just play around with the sound design on the second drop, just so that we're getting something a little bit different. Um, yeah, 700 Reese patch things. Yeah, I think those guys do a really good job of just like adding on like different, basically it's just the same melody almost entirely all the way through. They just add in like different patches, like 4 to 5 different patches of the same melody, but it all seems to kind of really mesh really well together. I think a lot of that just has to do with the actual mixing process because you can get like some really kind of harsh tones out of like different patches. But as long as you do like your filtering, filter automation, and like just like gain staging well enough, you can get some really dope stuff. But yeah, anyways, good job, .zip. Super dope vibe here. Hell yeah. All right, do we got the first listener? First listener in the chat. Do we have the first listener with Spooky? Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, I got red lights again. I got red lights back in the cave. Or the sex dungeon, as Eric Mark likes to call it. The first listener going once, going twice. Okay, no first listener. Do we have the man Stratos in the chat? Bling. Thanks for the follow, Mac. Who? Send it on the Google form right here. Bingo. Oh, Stratos is here. Okay, cool. Let me go check on. I have some food cooking in the oven, doing some meal prep right now. Let me go check on my Brussels sprouts real quick, and I will BRB, and then we'll dive into Stratos' too. Baby is knocked out. How many producers does it take to change a light bulb? None, because I actually didn't do it. Because yeah, actually they had to like go into the ceiling, remove the lights, the light fixtures that were initially in there, and then replace them with these like new smart bulbs. So I didn't even do this. Like we paid somebody else to do this. Any hoops. My food isn't done, so I gotta set another timer here. I like my Brussels sprouts kind of crispy. I don't know about y'all, but I like my Brussels sprouts crispy. And they are still a bit moist. All right, Stratos is here in the chat. Poppin' bottle. Popping bottles and nice. Like a lizard. Like 3 sticks. Like a G6. Stratos. Sorry, I had to dip out real quick, but we are back. Stratos. Excuse me. Stratos in the chat. He probably took a quick pause. Stratos going once. Yeah. Okay, there. Sick. All right, let's do it. Nice. Sorry, I got to swap out something real quick here. Yeah, super groovy tune. Boom, 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 boom. It almost feels like older Dirty Bird in a way. Kind of like that. What year was that? That was probably like 2014 to like 2018. Sort of tech house. Dirty Bird, House of Hustle. This ain't Bristol. Um, fucking. Who else? I'm thinking of somebody else too. But any hoops, yes, super groovy. Digging the vibes, digging the idea. What's up, Baselack? Um, yeah, lots of really cool ear candy. Love the sound selection, sound design. Again, feels very Dirty Bird, kind of 2014 ish. But yeah, I'm liking the direction this is taking. Going off my notes here, I like the little bass bends in the intro. They're super cool. They have a lot of character to them, and they kind of run throughout the entirety of the track. So they add a lot of really nice, solid groove. Overall, just very solid groove in general with the track. Very nice kick. I put here the hats. The hats probably need some variation to them because they're basically very constant. It's just the same pretty much almost through the entire track. So probably to add some variation, I would play around with the release on the hats. You can do like a shorter release in the intro, do a shorter release at the beginning of the drops, and kind of open it up slowly as you get further down the line into your drop sections, just so that you're getting a little bit more mileage out of those hats. Because yeah, they do begin to become very repetitive. So yeah, I think just to add in some more variation, I would play around with the release on that hi-hat. And then it wouldn't hurt to obviously add in some other drum layers. You know, you can play around with shakers. You have like this really cool kind of bongo. It's kind of like an ear candy, and it adds like a really nice accent to the overall rhythm of your drum groove, which is really nice. But yeah, adding in some other drum elements just to kind of break up a little bit of the repetition from the hats, I think would be a good idea. You could always play around with shakers, with rides, tambourines, that sort of thing. But yeah, definitely more variation on the hats. Very nice build right here. Going into your drop section, there's a nice bit of energy and tension. And then it has the payoff with the drop. The drop is really nice. I really dig the drop. Very nice low end. Very cool vocal. I put here you probably could have introduced that vocal a bit sooner, but after listening to the whole track, I think it would probably be even better to go with just a stronger vocal hook overall, just so that the listener has something to kind of latch onto, something a little bit more memorable. I think it's good to kind of keep the vocal that you have here anyways. I think it's a really cool kind of vibe. Anyways, so I wouldn't entirely remove the vocal. But I think adding in a stronger vocal hook would definitely make this track even better, I think. Methinks. Any hoops. Nice layers and variations. You add on some additional synths and other melodic elements to kind of keep the arrangement, the flow, the momentum moving forward, which is nice. Lots of really cool little ear candy stuff. I like the little breakbeat kick you got going on in the second break. That was very nice. And then solid arrangement overall. The second drop is a little bit longer than the first. But again, I think once you add on some more drum changes and a stronger vocal hook, I think that'll basically become irrelevant. I don't think that's gonna affect the length of the second drop, because the longer you get with the drop, the harder it is to kind of keep the listener's interest, unless you're doing a lot of variations. So I think once you automatically add in some more drum ideas, and adding in a vocal hook will pretty much negate that, and it'll grab the listener's attention and interest basically for the entirety of the track. But yes, as a foundational idea, I think this is already pretty strong. Very solid, again, very solid groove, very solid idea. It just needs like a strong vocal hook to drive it and some more drum variations. Oh yeah, good job, Stratus. Bing bang boom. Do we have the man's Chris Michael? I'm playing around with my light settings up in here because I just got these put in, so it's a little too bright for my taste. Nope, too dark. Nope, way too dark. That's kind of cool. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh, first listener. You weren't here earlier, so I had to skip you, but I will, we'll get to your tune in a little bit shortly. Let me go check on my Brussels sprouts real quick. Just like 2 minutes, and then I'll be RB. And we'll do Chris Michael's tune. What? Hi. All right, Brussels sprouts done. Chris Michael. Actually, I'm gonna list out the whole queue right now so you guys know where you're at. We got Chris Michael up next, Leonard Ellis, Mikey the Kid, Baselack, Nash Edie, Mac, Alexander, and the first listener. I'm not sure. Yo, what's up? Siegfried, the Siegfriedalist? Kind of just like sped up that pronunciation, hoping that would work. Chris Michael. Maybe you got an ad or something. Chris Michael in the chat. All right, let's do it.
Gonna make you high. Gonna make you cry. Gonna make you high. Gonna make you cry.
Nice one. Yes, very melodic. Overall, just some really nice emotional content, both from like the instrumental, the pianos, and all that stuff, as well as the vocal. I think the vocal is very well done, both from like a delivery standpoint as well as processing. I think it's both very well done. Very simple idea too, but I think it's very well implemented. Nice piano, very lovely vocal, really nice sound design and sound selection overall. Um, you do really well to add in plenty of layers, so it feels very full, um, but not busy. You know, it's both complex but also simple at the same time, which is very nice. Love the processing, very nice use of reverb and delay. I put here the build up could both build-ups actually both build-ups could probably use a little bit more tension. I might add in some sort of riser there, just because it felt like it wasn't building up enough tension and energy to get us into the drop. Although I did like the drop. I like the sound design. The sub could probably hit it a bit harder. The kick could also punch more in the mix, as well as the snare. So yeah, I would definitely focus in on those three elements in the drop section: kick, snare, sub. Make sure those are popping, and then you can kind of play around with everything else around it. This feels like almost like a mix of like liquid drum and bass, a little bit of melodic bass or like future bass, and just like classic kind of just like dubstep. But yeah, I really dig the kind of melding of genres here. I think it's really really dope. I could definitely, because like from hearing most of the other stuff you send in, it's mostly like a lot of drum and bass. I could definitely hear this kind of coming in a set, kind of like at more of a kind of vibey melodic point before getting into like a lot more like heavy, energetic, speedy stuff. Um, Nice arrangement overall. Really nice fake out on that second drop. Um, and yeah, honestly, the arrangement is perfect. The length of this is perfect. Wouldn't change anything about the arrangement. It's mostly mixing stuff that I kind of brought up. The sub, the kick, and the snare primarily. But I think once you get those kind of locked in, you can kind of boost up the other stuff around it, so it kind of hits a little bit harder. Um, but I think it feels like this track is basically at that stage, because from a songwriting standpoint, this is already banging. I don't think you need to change anything, and as well as the processing, I don't think you need to change anything. It's just primarily from a mixing standpoint. I think the kick sub could be boosted a bit, and the kick and the snare can kind of punch through the mix a little bit more. But yeah, very dope tune. Great job, Chris Michael. Very well done. Hell yeah. Bingo. Do we have the man's Leonard Ellis in the chat? He might not be here. He's all the way in France, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. Leonard Ellis, going once. I don't think he's here actually. Yes, sir. First listener is here. Okay, Mikey the Kid. Yeah, no problem, man. Mikey the Kid in the chat. Boo doo boo boo boo. That's how you know you have a good melody. It's stuck in my head right now. Mikey the Kid is here. Okay, we got Mikey the Kid, Basslack, Nash Edie, Mac, Alexander. I don't think Alexander's here actually. Okay, Alexander will get thrown to the back as well. The first listener, and then Zale. So that's where you are in line. Mikey the Kid, Basslack, Nash Edie, Mac, the first listener, Zale. So yeah, stick around if you heard your name. And when we get to your tune, we will review it. Hell yeah.
On and on, I don't fold, I spawn. On and on, I don't fold, I spawn. On and on, I don't fold, I spawn. New flame rise every dusk to dawn. Man get gas when they see me drawn, but I pin my path and I'm on and on. Yeah, on and on, I stay mad composed. Hands in dirt, still I rose from rows, no handouts, no cheats, no pole, just bars on bars that explode, reload. On and on, I don't fold, I spawn. On and on, I don't fold, I spawn. On and on, I don't, 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 on and on and on and on and bars that burst like a blade unload and I don't watch face, I just watch my lane. Life got heat, but I walk through flame. I was out in the cold with the thorns and rain. Now I goes past blocks like a London train. Bruv, they talk, but they ain't that raw. No soul in the set, just a paid on call. Me, I break that law of the norm. Right deep cuts like a shaping form. On and on, I go, 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 on and on and on and on and bars that burst like a blade unload and I on and on, I go, 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 on and on and on and on and bars that burst like a blade unload and I on and on, I go, fold, I spawn. New flame rise every dusk to dawn. Man get gas when they see me drawn, but I pin my path and I'm on and on. Yeah, on and on, I stay mad composed. Hands in dirt, still I rose from rows, no handouts, no cheats, no pole, just bars on bars that explode, reload. On and on, I spin through haze, still chart light through the darkest phase. Man get shook when I flip them plays like who's that guy with the coldest phrase? On and on, I stay in flight. Wings got stressed, but I stretch that height. Never back down, never lost that fight. Keep pen in pain with a voice that bite. Look back in the booth with a raw man stance. Mind so sharp, could have pierced through chunk. Days got long, but I still advance. Now I drip your skill when I lace that dance. On and on, I go, 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 on and on and on and on and bars that burst like a blade unload and I bars that burst like a blade unload and I bars that burst like a blade unload and I
Nice. Yeah, the drum beat, the drum rhythm is pretty fucking sick. I really like. It has like a nice, swing to it, nice groove to it. But the main thing that feels like that's lacking here is we need, and I've been a fucking broken record here. We need a strong sub. The sub feels like it's lacking here. Not even just, you do have a sub, but it's mostly because you have kind of like a call response type bass, of course. But we're only getting that sub on the call portion, the beginning, wob, wob, wob. So we're only getting sub on that first portion. We're not really getting sub on the rest of the motif. So it feels like it's kind of lacking. It's lacking body, it's lacking booty, it's lacking oomph, it's lacking power. So yeah, I think that's basically the fundamental thing about this tune. I do like the call response idea. I don't think it's bad. But yeah, I think you definitely need the sub there to kind of drive things a little bit better. The vocal is fucking sick. I absolutely love this vocal. I think it does a good job of kind of driving the track, keeping things like on a single path, moving things forward. I think it does a really good job of that. Your break build section feels a bit empty. So I would kind of fill this out, not to make it busy though, by any means. Just kind of start introducing your main idea, but kind of tease it in, kind of like give the listener a small dose of it, filtered, or you can just play a portion of the main melody, just something to kind of get the listener, acclimated and build up some anticipation for the drop. Nice sound design, but again, the sub definitely needs to be harder, especially in the response portion of the bass line motif. The vocal does a great job of driving the track. The vocal does fall off rhythm on the second break. So yeah, and it's kind of hard to kind of latch on because there isn't a whole lot of rhythmic stuff going on there. There's not really any drums to kind of latch on to be like, okay, here's where we're at. So it kind of just feels like pretty empty with the vocal kind of doing its thing. So yeah, maybe adding in some sort of minor rhythmic elements, either like a hat or a clap, to kind of just keep the beat going. In that second break, I think would be a good idea. I like that the second drop has a variation to it, to the main idea. But some of your mid bass sounds, some of the mid bass accents are a bit dry, and they're also a bit loud in the mix. So yeah, I don't think you've gotten to the point where you're mixing down this track entirely, but when you get to that point, yeah, definitely kind of do a little bit of gain staging on your baseline ideas, so everything kind of feels like it's all mishmashed well together. Dynamically, everything's kind of playing nicely together. All right, dope tune there, Mikey the Lad. Got some stuff to work on, but overall solid idea, especially with the vocal. Very sick vocal. Whoa, okay. Whoever sent in YouTube, we are not doing that, unfortunately, because the track is already released. We're only listening to unreleased music here. Perdona me. No problem, man. All right. Do we got Basslack in the chat? Basslack is here. Okay, Basslack is here. After that, we got Nash Edie, Mac, the first listener, Zale, Ghostish, and Lifeline. And remember, you must be in the chat in order to get your song reviewed and listened to. Nice. Yeah, love me a nice respace. Yeah, super groovy here. Lots of really nice groove, especially from the bass line. A lot of like really broken staccato sort of rhythmic vibe there. Very nice ear candy to start with. Very nice intro, solid groove. Nice melodic idea overall, and it's a very strong melodic idea. It kind of carries itself all the way through the entire track. This break build section, actually both break build sections feel a little bit empty to me. And I think that'll probably change because primarily what this track is missing is a strong hook idea. I think once you get a strong hook in there, this whole break build section is going to be a little bit more filled up. But right now it feels a little bit empty. Mostly like it feels like we're kind of waiting for something to happen. Yeah, but I think once you get a strong vocal hook or just a hook idea in general, it'll basically fill up that spot and also kind of add in some more character on your drop sections. Nice tension on the build though. Very nice drop. I do love the energy. I love the sound design. I love the fills. Especially the fills, like the transitions between sections are very seamless. They don't feel forced. It just feels it flows really nicely. Very nice variations overall. I really dig the tempo here. It's a bit speedy, but not like too super speedy. Again, second break build feels a bit empty. So yeah, once you get a nice hook, I think that'll kind of fill that all up. And nice fake out on the second drop. Overall, the mix sounds very clean. I like the sound selection and sound design. Yeah, I think really the only thing that's missing here is a strong hook. And then once you get that in there, it's kind of going to basically be like a domino. It's going to help you wrap up the rest of this idea. But yeah, good job, Basslack. Thick tune. Hell yeah, brother. Do we have Nash ED in the chat? No problem, man. Nash ED. Nash ED, then Mac, then the first listener, then Zale. Ghostish, Lifeline. Nash ED. Yeah, so I'm closing submissions after Lifeline, so I will not be taking any more submissions after that. Nash ED going once. Nash ED going twice. No Nash ED. Okay, do we have Mac? I Wanna Rock. What's up, Fred Hoffman? Mac is here. All right. Unfortunately, submissions are closed after Lifeline, so I'm only doing 5 more tunes tonight. Yeah, typically I don't do YouTube only because I don't think you can send unreleased music or work in progress unreleased music from YouTube. It's all going to be posted up unless you send private links or something. So yeah, I mostly listen to unreleased music here. Yeah, it would have to be a privated video. Yeah, so we only listen to unreleased music here because I have to get feedback, And if it's already unreleased, I can't really get feedback. All right, let's dive into Mac's tune here.
Yeah, no, you niggas can't acknowledge me. Like who's doubting me? I step on shit now, RIP. Like who's watching me? I'm all blackout rarely. Yeah, I might black, 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 I might black. Gonna put 'em on my back. I gotta break the bank
so I can never slack. People been saying that Mac, I'm next, my niggas ain't never cap. Yo, all black fit on Batman, push on both my right hand. He wanna be just like me, but unlikely. And I'm grinding, wanting highly. When I shoot like Kyrie. And my life is like the Blue Knocks, all my brothers stay beside me. I wanna rock, 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 I wanna rock. Do my best. When I pour up leader. When I speed up, can I catch? When I heat up, it can't last. If this a race, I'm speeding past. I go back, spider Peter. Kill my feet up, kill my feet up, kill my feet up, kill my feet up. And I need that cabbage right now. Big green money, put my pants down. And I've been too blessed, I can't frown. Drip like water, make me can't drown. And I've been too fucking touch ground. Them boys number two like call out, can they shit. When I'm coming, you not safe. When I bleed it red. Pass out rage like I'm not safe. When I want it bad. It look like I glitch my checks. I'm a stunner, I step alive. I told you some things never change. Rock and roll. I wanna rock, 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 I wanna rock.
Nice.
Hey, I like bitch, you a German.
Hey, chill out. Yeah. I guess I got autoplay going on. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff going on here. I think overall the mix is not bad. Really nice low end. The snare really really cuts through. You have some really nice hats in there. And the vocal definitely is very front and center, which is nice. The vocal processing. Actually, I don't know if it's really a vocal processing problem, because there's a lot of plosives, P's and B's, p. So you do get like on some of the P's and B's when you're speaking, it does get a little bit clicky. Sometimes that's because of just straight delivery. If you have a pop screen, sometimes that'll help. But also some of it is just like delivery, as well as distance from the microphone. So that's just something to be mindful of when you're performing in the microphone, because obviously that's stuff that's recorded and it's going to translate into the track, and it becomes very noticeable. But yes, something to be mindful of. The vocal does fall a bit off of the rhythm when you go into the section that says, I want to rock, I want to rock, I want to rock, I want to rock. So yeah, you probably need to either re-record that section, or you're going to have to like mess around with the warping. I don't know if you're doing this in Ableton, but you're probably going to have to mess around with the warping so it kind of sits on tempo a little bit better. Also, overall, I think the arrangement probably needs a bit of work, only because there doesn't seem to be any obvious sections in here. It doesn't feel like there's an obvious, verse, chorus, and kind of like a, bridge or breakdown, So yeah, I think kind of pulling out elements, because the 808 is pretty much almost constant, which is, I think you can kind of pull it out in small sections just so it has more time to breathe, and so that the listener doesn't feel like it's so repetitive. So I think if you pull out some elements here and there for little like 8-bar sections, it'll have more impact when you bring it back in. Impact is the key word there. Yeah. So yeah, just some minor things. I think really. Work on the vocal timing for the I guess it's basically your main hook, and then the arrangement as far as the kind of pulling stuff out here and there so that the elements have a lot more impact when they come back in for your verses and your choruses. But yes, very, very dope idea, Mac. Keep on doing what you're doing. All right. The first listener. We got 4 more tunes to go. The first listener, Zale, Ghostish, Lifeline. Unfortunately, Pretty Boy Zaza, we closed submissions for the night. So I have to do some other stuff. First listener is here. All right, let's get going. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool sampling going on here, and it totally switches up too. It feels like almost like this needs like a psychedelic sort of music video to kind of accompany it. Yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Really cool sampling and like beat repeating. Very trippy. Feels like it needs a psychedelic music video. I like the drum beats when it does finally come in. The idea does get a little bit repetitive at points. And the chat said that the bass completely ducked. I don't hear much bass, to be honest. Yeah, it feels like it was kind of missing some sort of bass line or bass idea. Because there's a lot of like really cool melodic stuff going on from the sampling. But I think to kind of just drive home the idea, some sort of low end would have been kind of cool. But you know, it's kind of hard to put my finger on it too, because I don't know what genre this is. So it's kind of hard for me to give feedback on this, because you know, maybe you didn't intend to put any bass line on it, any kind of low end on it. But it almost feels like it kind of needs it. It kind of needs like a strong kind of groove to kind of drive the idea. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, overall, really cool idea. I would say just try to break up a little bit more of that repetition. I mean, obviously, you know, you're doing a lot of beat repeating, so it's difficult to not be repetitive. But I know specifically where I was getting a lot of the repetition was in this earlier portion of the track, right after like 1 minute going up to like a minute and a half. It does get a little bit repetitive there. So yeah, just kind of break that up a little bit, and if you could add in a little groove, a little bit of bass line, because they have like really fucking cool drums in there. Really cool drum loop. Any hoops. Let's keep it moving forward. We got Zale, Ghostish, Lifeline. Zale in the chat. Okay.
You're all going to die down here. Hi.
I'm a killer, my
Nice. Yeah, dude, super cool. Very, very unique. I was like, when I first heard those like beginning vocal samples, I was like, where does that come from? I know that little vocal sample from the little girl. I was like, you're all gonna die here, down here. That's from Resident Evil, huh? That's from what the fuck? I forget what the. It's like a little like replica hologram of that girl or whatever. Yeah, dude, I'm a really big fan of horror movies. I've sampled a ton of horror movies in the past on tunes. I haven't done it a lot lately, but yeah, I used to do it a lot. But yeah, super cool. Very, very unique tune overall. Sick horror movie samples, very nice string loop, very nice vocal melody. The vocal melody is really, really nice. I like the delivery and the processing on that vocal. It's very clean, very seamless. It fits really nice in the mix. Yeah, I just recently saw that new trailer. Very, very interesting. I like that they're kind of bringing the idea back. But yes, nice vocal melody. The low end is fantastic in this track. Yeah, dude, anything that's going to be good is going to be kind of polarizing. So I think that's a good thing. Really cool rhythm, especially from the drums. But the bass line definitely, the bass line and the low end definitely add to that groove, that rhythm. Really cool vocal effects. You do these kind of like little trills on the vocal, the main vocal melody. Very experimental and unique overall. I love the change up in the melody and the low end over here. You kind of have this almost kind of like bridge section before you dive back into the main idea. You do an excellent job of keeping things interesting. The idea is almost constantly evolving, so there's tons of variations, but it's not to the point where we're losing the main idea. I think the main thing here is that you definitely keep the main melody kind of consistent throughout the track, even if it is kind of evolving with these other ear candy, other vocal hits, other kind of changes, variations. The melody stays pretty consistent through the track, which is exactly what you want. It gives the listener something to latch onto. Even though we're kind of going through this nice little journey, sonic journey all around us, it's definitely keeping us on a single track, which is nice. Yeah, this is a really dope tune. I mean, it's very unique, very hard to put my finger on the genre or whatever, but it was enjoyable. It was a really nice listen overall. Nice. Yeah, I honestly don't have feedback for you. I think this is fantastic. Very well done. Good job, Zale. Hell yeah. Yeah, no problem. Okay, last two tracks of the night. We got Ghostish, who's in the chat. Okay, we're doing Ghostish next, and then Lifeline. If Lifeline is here, let's do it. Nice. Yeah, just overall, just very like a very strong melodic track overall. I think the sound selection, sound design, songwriting is very well done. It's pieced together like very seamlessly. It has a really nice flow to it. Um, yeah, love the sound selection. Really nice melody and layers. Very solid drums and groove. Love the low end. I put here. I'll get to that at the end, actually. Songwriting is fantastic. Very strong melodic idea throughout. Very nice flow in the arrangement. Very clean mix overall. The only thing that I was going to mention is that it would be cool to kind of incorporate some sort of vocal in here because it definitely has the space for it. I mean, you're kind of already using like anime artwork, so you could kind of incorporate some vocals from an English dub, maybe. That would be cool to kind of play around and have the vocal in there somehow, or multiple vocals, even if they're just vocal hits, just kind of something like fun and cheeky. Just to kind of give, because you're already kind of telling the story melodically, but it kind of needs something to kind of just drive it home. And having, you know, some cheeky little fun vocal hits, phrases, I think would really drive home that idea. Yeah, and I don't know if you have like a favorite show or anything, but I mean that would be the best place to look is, you know, some little vocal samples from one of your favorite shows. Yeah, for sure, some vocal samples would be fantastic here because you definitely have the space for it, and I think it'll definitely make the track even more memorable because it's already a really fucking banging idea melodically. But yeah, I think having some vocal samples will definitely take it over the edge. Hell yeah. Good job, Ghostish. Very dope idea. Dope tune. Yo, what's up? TZ does it. TZ does it. Okay, this is yeah, no problem, man. This is our last submission of the night. Calling it quits after this.